So what is the percent risk of anybody trying to hurt you in some way? What's the percent risk?
I would say it's 50-50. Anyone.
50% in the forest.
In the forest.
What about in urban settings?
In urban settings, probably I would say like 75% they're not going to do anything, and maybe 25% they are.
How about this? You're alone in a room with a man. What's the percent there? What percentage of men would do something?
If I'm alone in a room
with a man.
With a man.
Yeah.
I would say, it's hard to say. I don't know. Maybe like 60% that they're not going to do something, 40% they are.
40%.
I mean, I don't know the true intentions of someone.
Okay. So 40% of the time you've been alone in a room with a man, you've been SA'd.
No. I mean.
So how do you...
I can't calculate probability.
Have you ever been in a room alone with a man?
Yes.
Have you? I mean, it sounds like from the previous statements you've made, you have had casual sexual encounters. I'm assuming these were consensual. Maybe not all of them, but...
Yes. And it's just been with one person who's had good intentions.
Wait, you've only had that with one person?
I'm not saying like that. I'm not like saying that like, oh, it's like 100 people and then it's like 25% of them are like wrong. And you know what I mean? I don't.
Okay, so 40% of men. So just to be clear, do you have any male siblings?
No.
You have male cousins. You have a father?
Yes.
All right. 40% of your immediate family are SAers?
No.
What makes your family superior to the general population?
I mean, I don't know, because I know them on a personal level. I don't think they would do that, but I'm not saying it's limited to a man.
Isn't it the case with some of these statistics that it's more likely to be somebody you know who does this to you?
You're right on that. I'm just saying if it's any random person, I'm not limiting this to a man or not. I'm saying there's like a 60-40 percent of them being good versus bad.
What's the population, the adult male population of the United States? It's 165 million. 40% of 165 million. Sorry, I'm fucking terrible. Of 165.
So let me ask you a question real quick. Just another curiosity question I was wondering about. You agree with me that people can overcome horribly traumatic experiences? They can overcome those? At least some percentage of people can.
Some percentage, yes.
Yeah, at least some percentage. Can they do that if they're dead?
No.
No. So if you had to choose on behalf of other women who were not you did not know the woman, but you had to spawn them in the forest with a random man or a random bear, which one would you choose then?
I don't know. Look, me personally, yes, I would choose the bear. For them...
Yeah, no, but this is not you personally.
For them,
this is you choosing for somebody else.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if... I don't know. You're asking me if I'm choosing between them being dead or having a traumatic experience, they're going to eventually overcome, like...
Well, I'm not asking you that. I'm asking if you had to choose on behalf of another woman who was not you, did not know what the choice would be that this woman would make, but you could spawn her into a forest with a random bear or a random man, which one would you choose then?
I guess the man. I'm just saying I couldn't deal with an extremely traumatic experience. I'd rather choose being mauled and like being dead in like 2 or like a couple minutes. If it was another woman, maybe she might be stronger than me. I don't know.
Well, just on your risk assessment really quick here, you said 40%. Are you prepared to say that 66 million men in the United States are inclined to this kind of crime?
No, I didn't say a hard fact like that.
Well, you said 40%.
Yeah, that's based on my belief of whether or not I trust a person alone in a room or alone in the forest.
Right, but the question was, what percentage of people would be inclined, or what percentage of men would be inclined to do something like this? And you said, to which you answered 40%. So you have to say that 66 million men in the United States are inclined to do this.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I am more cautious of their intentions. That's my belief. I don't think that a lot of people are. I think that's not the case.
And then those of you who said bear, I guess final thing, then I'm going to move it on. Does it change anything if it's 10 men versus 10 bears?
I don't know. I still think it's kind of fun. I
Kind
don't
of
know.
fun?
I don't know. I just like them. I would take my chances for a little adventure. I
What
don't
would be
know.
fun? Like expecting to play around with the bear?
Yeah.
But what if they're all attacking you at once? Could you survive like 10 bears versus
Well,
10 men?
For me, it's not so much of a concern of whether I'll survive or not. If I do or don't, that's just what happens. But
So what's stopping you from just like right now? Do you just not care about like living? Is that
I just like my life experiences, and I would really like to experience possibly being able to befriend and cuddle a group of bears. I think
at the
that would be
risk
fun.
of death?
I mean, I would try to like play with all the wild animals near me as a kid, so it's
What's stopping you right now from going to a zoo and jumping in the gorilla enclosure? There's literally nothing stopping
When
you
I
from
was
doing it.
a kid, my biggest dream in the world was being able to like hang out and spend time next to a hippo. I knew how dangerous they were, but they're just so darn cute.
Maybe like a baby hippo.
No, like an adult, like the big chunky ones.
Want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
That was my favorite song.
Only a hippopotamus
What
will
the
do. And I don't care
Oh
if it
my
bites
God.
me in half. I don't give a fuck. What is wrong with what do you mean? You gonna go hang out with the hippopotamuses? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
They're
you're gonna be
cute.
dead, son.
Like one
Hippos
time
are
I
dead.
tried to befriend this coyote that was near us.
DED.
And
Dead.
he
Dead.
wasn't
That
so
spells dead.
nice, but we came
Oh,
to a
boy.
mutual understanding, I think.
That's good. Does it change anything for you if it's 10 men versus 10 bears?
I would take the 10 bears.
What about 100 men, 100 bears?
I would take the 100 bears. At
I'm a
least
little
you're dead.
confused though. So you said 60%, like even using your own number that you provided, you said 40% of men would try to do something crazy, 60% wouldn't. So if the 60% of men, even granting to you the ridiculous statistics, no offense, 40% of men are evil and they want to attack you, whatever, there's 60 men versus 40 men. If 60 men saw you being attacked by 40 men, the 60 men would outnumber the 40 men. You don't think that they would intervene in this situation? They just let it happen?
That would be kind of crazy to watch.
Do you want to answer the question though?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't like. It's based on each of them. I don't know. Like, I still would choose the bears. Yes, that's my final answer.
You don't. All right.
What if the 40 men had guns?
They
That
don't.
would change them, and then they shoot me. I don't like.
It's just like average.
What if they had
They're-
knives, and then what the good men can't stop them? Like, we were
I
putting
mean,
crazy
I would-
hypotheticals in this. I'll add even more crazy hypotheticals.